Alright, so here's something for all the guitar builders. This is called Fat Finger. It's a piece of steel. You clamp it on the end of your headstock. Supposedly it increases sustain on your guitar. Mass equals sustain. This is for the headless guitar builders out there. This is not good because you don't have a headstock. So according to Fat Finger, that means you don't have as much sustain. So let's see if this is really true. Alright, Flying V. Let's see, we're just going to attach it here. I don't know if you can see that, but here it is. That's without the Fat Finger. It's still going a little bit, but let's put the Fat Finger on and see what happens. And this is with the Fat Finger. Alright, so let's do a high A. Alright, let's do it without this Fat Finger. No Fat Finger this time. Alright, so obviously on the high notes the Fat Finger works. So I guess because there's less, the vibrations are much more slight on the higher notes as far as the string movement. That's where the sustain of the Fat Finger comes in handy, up here. That's where the Fat Finger is going to work, or where you're going to notice it the most. Probably works on other places too. Works, you really notice it really up on the high. So it works, but it's working on the highs. Alright, so the Fat Finger works. Makes sense. It's the vibration, you can feel it all the way up in the Fat Finger. The Fat Finger's vibrating, it's got mass, it puts it back into the neck. But it doesn't really work on the low strings, which makes sense because they already have enough mass. It's these little guys that it makes sustain more, especially up high, where there's not much movement of the string. Every little bit helps. Which is why the bolt-ons with a Fender, with this style of bridge right here, with all that mass, with all that steel, that's why these sustain so well. Although this is a one piece, it sustains great just being one slab of wood, the vibration being total. But it's because on the Strats, the bolt-on necks, the reason they sustain well up high is because it's all this mass. Totally makes sense. That's the mystery. So obviously, the most sustain you can get, the most energy you're going to get out of guitars, a massive bridge like this, all one piece of wood, totally makes sense. The physics, it all makes sense. And you get even more if you put a fat finger on top of there. So this neck, for instance, is a solid slab neck. There's no fingerboard on it. I've got some Bocati binding on there, but it's a slab mahogany neck, Cuban mahogany. It's a neck through. The neck goes, well, the neck goes inside the guitar and ends about right there. So anyway, this gives you a good idea of the sustain involved. It's pretty cool.